Space, the thing we have to cross. These are the voyages of the U.S.S. Horizon. Its ongoing mission, to seek out new life, to swear it was on stun the whole time, and to boldly claim we can fix it.
Welcome back to the Star Trek Adventures Living campaign that we are playing through. This episode is Signals. This is probably the last one in a three-parter that we're doing this time, which rounds out the month nicely because we kind of got a little mixed up with that paranoia story last month or so. We are the Terrible Warriors and the crew of the U.S.S. Horizon. We have already handled quite effectively the rescue of the U.S.S. Susquehanna. They're a little worse for wear, and Volstar is having a look after them in the med bay. But meanwhile, on Seku 6, our away team is under... they've been captured. They've been captured. They're going to be led into the to the leader. We're going to deal with that scene right away. But first, allow me to introduce you to our players. I am your game master, Justin Ecock, and surrounded. You take.
God damn it.
Let me roll some effect dice. 4's a blank, 2 stress damage. Write that down.
Write that down.
I don't have a pencil.
Here, you can take mine. When that rock exploded in front of your face, you got some dust in your eyes, Bionic Eye Man.
I think he just proved he's the game master.
I think he just did, yeah. Damn it.
That man with dust in his eyes, he's not crying. It's just dusty outside. Is...
Steve Saylor, a.k.a. the Blind Gamer, playing Lieutenant Commander Adam Monroe, Chief Engineer, and I'm blind.
The man with a pencil, always at the ready.
Brent Moore is playing Ensign Steve Armstrong.
The man who knows I'm the GM.
Velvet Duke from the Dandies playing Chief Science Officer Bo Lassa.
And just chuckling to himself because he already got his mission done now, so you can all just sort it out. Don't worry, I'll come to rescue you later.
I've got one job left, and that's getting Steve out of here alive. I am...
Man, it's going to be a doozy.
I am Conal MacBeth, a.k.a. Dr. Terwat, playing Security Officer Stephen Prince.
And joining us from our Patreon rewards program, you can join us on a game too. Check us out at patreon.com/terriblewarriors is...
Nicholas Randall from Red Crown Media playing Science Officer Varric, currently filling in for Bo Lassa, who's currently captured on planet. So I'm doing good so far.
Yeah, so the U.S.S. Horizon is rushing towards Seku 6. Nicholas, I want to make sure we still find a way to keep you involved, but I don't know how, so just listen in for now, because we are all planet-bound right now, and we didn't give you a support character. So, let's be here for now. We've got our away team, and I'm sure you're just enjoying being the member of the audience as well, so, thank you for supporting us on Patreon.
This is great.
We are on Seku 6, this barren volcanic rockland with an alien signal that's been emanating from it, and apparently blasting friggin' shuttlecrafts out of the sky like it ain't no thing. And you have just been captured by the guards of this settlement, who are bringing you in to meet their boss. And I want to make sure I go to the right page. The settlement encounter, meeting the boss.
Boss battle.
You are brought down. As you get closer to the settlement, you can make out there's some humans, Bajorans, Romulans, a few Cardassians. They're all kind of here, living in this settlement. They look at you with suspicion, some anger. You are not welcome here. The children that are out are like shepherded inside the homes and they're closed. You know that opening scene of Skyrim? Kind of feels like that. Don't worry, I'm not going to chop your heads off. But there's that bit of like nervousness as they're bringing in very unwelcome guests into their, as you're then led through these. Some of them are makeshift buildings. Some of them seem to be built out of old ships.
Now,
and a lot of them are built into the rock face of the mountain and seem more permanent. And as you get closer, sure enough, you see there are two small craft, but the same as your shuttle, but they're not. They're like merchant vessels, and they're covered in that same kind of metal latticework netting that has been masking your sensors.
Now, they may be treating us with relative disrespect and looking at us with disdain, but my ancestors are smiling down upon me. Can they say the same? the opening line from Skyrim.
Oh,
Took me a second, but I'm
Right
like,
before
I
that guy gets his head cut off, he says that.
future Justin, I
Sorry.
want you to edit in a plane flying over my head.
Sorry, I'm sorry. All right, sorry. Okay, so there's the shuttles. Are they Federation in origin?
No, they're just merchant vessels. They're
Okay.
like the same kind of like generic kit bash stuff you see on Star Trek all the time.
But the rifles that they were carrying were those Federation issue, or are they just the same model that
they're
they use?
older. They're like the civilian versions. They're
Okay, so
they're makeshift.
It's
They're-
not like they took them from us at some
it's
point.
not. They're, and if they did, it was a while ago. I mean, they may be also members of the Maquis as well. It's kind of hard to tell. The Maquis are still they're a
Who are the
rebel.
Maquis again?
The Maquis are a group of mostly Federation dissenters. Some are Federation or Starfleet officers who mutinied to then defect to a kind of a guerrilla warfare group that are resisting the peace accord between the Federation and the Cardassians and
Essentially
saw
Federation
borders
terrorists.
being moved that put Federation planets in Cardassian territory and Cardassian planets in Federation territory. It was a hard-won victory, and it wasn't the kind of peace treaty that anyone wanted. Everyone lost something, and so when that happened, they've now created a demilitarized zone that has put people outside of Federation protection. So they form the Maquis now, and they act as kind of a terrorist cell, attacking both Federation and Cardassian ships, all in the name of personal freedoms. They may not be active Maquis members, but certainly that would explain why they might have Federation weapons.
Yeah. I get a real Maquis vibe from them.
So as you're walking in through into want to make sure Aerodralen, you walk into his office. It's a center like you can see an entrance into mines, and there's certainly a lot of mining equipment and stuff, and they've been bringing metals out here and refining them, and he's kind of like in the mining boss, like the foreman's office. This isn't his home. This is where he works. And as you get in there, the snipers dump your weapons out on his desk, and he's inclined to hold on to these, and issues you into the room. And what is the Federation doing outside of Federation territory?
Yeah.
Just elbow velvet over here. It's like,
Yeah, Stephen Prince is like, I'm not talking this.
I'm not the commanding officer right now.
The Federation stands for exploring new spaces, discovering new civilizations, and protecting our interests.
Federation stands for getting their nose into other people's business and expanding into territory they have no business being in. We don't want you here. We want you to leave.
We would
You
love to be able to
took
leave.
us captive. We are quite willing to continue a conversation.
You were sneaking up to my settlement with armed weapons.
It is not possible to sneak up on this place. This is a mountain.
We were attempting to ascertain the signal that we received from orbit.
Goddamn signal.
You being here was happenstance.
Yeah, we
Exactly.
crashed because of your.
Because if
We got blasted out of the sky.
There was
that
a
was
signal?
not us trying to sneak in.
It also shot us out of the sky. Yes.
Yes.
So we are fully marooned here.
Yeah.
You think we're going anywhere either? We can't leave. We had a nice operation happening here, getting this material off world, and ever since we set off this device, we've been trapped here like everyone else.
Can we go check it out?
Can we start over? Hello. Can we start there? It seems we're both in the same place.
Will you stop asking questions in the form of statements?
Will you stop demanding that the Federation...
Don't.
Stephen Prince is getting real fed up here.
Yeah, it's just like,
like
no,
he's
don't
losing his
antagonize
goodness.
him. That's the.
I'm Chief Science Officer Bolasa of the U.S.S. Horizon. These are my crewmates, and we're stuck, and we would like to go home, and if we can have your assistance, we would welcome it.
And there are people on this way that are far more. There are people on this way that are far more hostile than we are.
We can look after ourselves. We've looked after ourselves this far.
Can you tell us about this signal, this device that was set off?
He sits back in his chair. By the way, he's the only one sitting. There are no other chairs in this
Oh
room.
yeah. No,
Oh, yeah,
I
He sits back in his chair.
definitely imagine that.
Some chamber down underneath the mountain. One of our men was down there and cut through a wall. set the whole thing off. Can't turn off that blasted signal. It cuts out all of our other communications. When we try to leave, shoots anything down from the sky. Barely got our ships back on the ground.
How
Think
long
you can
ago?
shut it off?
How long
Yeah.
ago was this?
About a month?
That'd
Maybe
do it.
longer.
Okay.
I'm willing
Days
to.
here are a little messed up, and now nothing's working, so we've lost our time.
A few dings to the chronometer, I'm sure.
I'm willing to assist in that. Absolutely.
I also am. I would like to.
Between the two of us, I'm very sure that we could help you with your problem, and maybe you can help us get off the planet once the signal is turned off.
He
See, I have
signals
this-
outside
I
the
have this
door.
focus
One of the
called
snipers
reverse
come
engineering.
in. Goes, get one of your men to escort them down into the mines. Take them to the source.
We will need our tricorders.
And
He gives it the
and some
tricorders,
engineering
and he goes
tools
to
if you
hand
have it.
the phasers. He tosses them over to the sniper and hand these out to the perimeter guards. Sounds like we got some trouble on our hands. So he's handing out your
Yeah.
weapons out to his own people.
We're not the only people that definitely crashed here, and if you guys want to use our gear to defend yourselves, go right ahead. I don't got any problems with it. What about you?
Do you have any
at
engineering
this
tools
moment.
that can assist me in?
I don't have any issues.
Got a wrench?
Yeah, got a wrench.
You're resourceful. I'm sure you can figure it out.
If you could also point us to the person who discovered this signal, and perhaps if you have engineers on site, somebody who can assist us.
How about I escort you down to the mine, you shut off that signal, and I don't put you in a room and throw away the key.
That sounds fair.
What
That
am I
sounds
going to
fair.
shut it off with? A rock?
That sounds fair. That sounds fair. Let's let's not look. We're not dead. Let's count our blessings and keep.
How do we end up with a
he opens
wuss
up his
security
drawer.
officer?
He picks up an old rusted hypospanner, and he throws it at you.
That'll do.
Go work that out, Federation. Get out of my office.
That'll do.
All right.
I can't do.
So you head out into the mine.
Do you think he dislikes questions?
Apparently.
Oh my God, with you and that, stop.
So as you head out unarmed into the mines without any form
God
of
damn it.
defenses, you make your way through the mine shafts with your escort. He doesn't speak back to you.
Not a chatty
He
Cathy.
makes your way down. It's dark and winding. There's a lot of the caverns seem to be like cut with like mechanical weapons. They're not natural caves. And then as you get down, you enter into like the natural wall face. But the edge of that is a different material. It's cut, looks like by completely different tools that would have been used to make the mines. It's much more smooth. It seems to have small etchings, patterns put into it, and then it gets to a part where it's metal, and that part, the wall has been cut through. And it's like, if you want to speak to the guy who found this place, well, his remains are plastered against that part of the wall, and you look in there's like an outline of a flash of in a place. I'm sure he's real talkative.
The shadow of some guy.
Shadow of
So he's standing
his
off to the
former self.
side, and he goes, "On you go, Federation. Go sort it out."
Gee.
Or not Federation, on you go, Starfleet. Just calls you Starfleet.
Gee.
All right,
thanks.
science man.
Well,
don't
I
like their
will
attitude.
lead the way.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Let's go.
As you make your way through, find your way in through the cut in the wall, it opens up into this wide open pentagonal chamber. There's like a catwalk bridge that goes over. It's cut down and it goes up, and then in the center is a standing platform. Surrounding it is what look to be control panels, and suspended in the center of the room is a hard stone suspended, floating. Strange sigils faintly illuminate with soft blue light engraved along this obelisk's facings. It's also in the same pentagonal shape as the chamber it's standing in, so it's mimicking it. The tricorders you have out don't register it's there.
Of course it doesn't.
you're scanning the room, and you can see the outline of the room, and you can see the shape of the object in the center, but it's just stone, like the rest of the room. There's nothing.
There's no energy coming off
If
of
it
it.
is, there's nothing. Your scans, it's resisting all attempts for you to scan it. It's clearly alien in origin, and it just hovers there. And the room itself hums just a little bit. And sure enough, on your tricorders, this is the source of the signal, sending it out every 3.1 seconds.
Sir, you said there's a control panel?
I remember encountering another floating object. Now, that happened to be a bomb, as it turns out.
Had nothing to do with the living
And,
campaign either, but
the sigils, do they look anything like what we encountered with the Riel shell? Is there any similarity?
Or
Because
yes.
I was collecting that information when
No.
we did okay. So it's,
no. And this is much older. The room itself is almost like geologically, it's in an area of the mountain that is ancient. For it to have been built in there and not surrounded by cave systems like the volcanic movements of this planet, it is a weird place to find a pentagonal chamber in the middle of a mountain on a rocky world in the middle of a electromagnetic nebula, right?
Does the rock react? As
And
we
it's
get,
deep
as
down.
We,
Like you're down in like a part where it's warm in this part of the planet, and like the mine shafts that they brought you down, they took you down like a little elevator that ricketed down, and it took you a while to reach here. I just skipped ahead because it's more fun to do that. And so we're here in this place.
Does the rock react the closer we get to it?
It does seem to, like, you can feel a hum as you walk closer, kind of like the science center with the static electricity balls. You know, you touch it and your hair goes up on end.
It's kind of like that, yeah. That energy.
You can feel, you can just.
Yeah, and like I said, there's also faint, what look to be control panels that circle. Think of like the power chamber in Power Rangers. It's kind of like how I imagine the way it was written, and this is like where Zordon would be.
But instead of Zordon, it's a huge rock.
It's a huge rock glowing with blue etches in it.
Blue etches all over it?
And you have we'll get you on that. We'll do a reaction video. So it's awesome. It still hands up. That first season is just the best on Netflix. Anyways, you've got control panels around the center place, and then it's just like this one bridge across, and it kind of goes out in like the compass points, and then it's just a pit down into like a soft blue glow, the same kind of blue that's coming from the stone.
Well, if there's control
Same
panels,
kind of blue that brought down your shuttles.
If there's control panels, it means there's a computer, so I would like to be able to tap into the computer.
All right, analyzing the control panels is a reason and science task with difficulty of 3.
With the difficulty of 3. Okay, I only have a 12 in that.
let me take a look.
Yeah, you take a look.
I mean, does anyone want to?
I can assist if you want.
It's just floating there.
I'm going to take point as a security officer and just keep an eye out for danger.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it.
Yeah, I mean, you got the guards outside.
Yeah.
It's not like you have any weapons.
I'll assist you.
You're just like
on that.
defensive stance. Keeping it up, Steven. Great.
I'm here too.
What would you like to do, Armstrong? Like, you guys can
The
talk
man
about
managing to do
I
even
obviously know
less.
everything we're doing, but you got to start asking me some
Generating
questions.
stuff,
See what you'd like to do.
Yeah, okay, so let's see what science stuff
So I'm
says.
gonna check out the control panel first, and then we will test theories from there.
I'll assist them in that.
Most of the panels are unresponsive. This place is old and might be out of power. There's a few. If you analyze it, and this reason it's science and reason, not yet engineering, is you need to even just figure out what they are.
Right, let's,
What does what? Is there a way, like your universal is there enough that you can pick up on?
So I did succeed.
Did you get a difficulty of 3? How many successes?
Oh, so no, one
I-
success.
You got 1 success.
I did 1 success.
One
Can I
success.
threat this for
You can
another?
absolutely
Or we have
purchase.
momentum.
You can purchase
Oh,
dice.
Let's do that.
For
Yeah.
you already got the assist. That's 1 die. So your
Yeah.
next die will be 2 momentum.
2 momentum.
Are we
Well,
willing?
So if
do
you got
do
one,
wanna use
you got how much momentum do you
2.
have? You
2.
got 2, so you can spend both of that to get another dice.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yep. That's
Critical
a
success.
Critical success.
Critical success, so you gain an advantage. Throw 1 momentum back in there. I don't have anything to give you right now. You are able to determine that this is the source of the signal, and it's sending out a signal, waiting for a response. It doesn't get it, sends out a signal, waiting for a response. Doesn't get it, sends out a signal, waiting for a response. Doesn't
It's
get
on
it.
a loop.
You might be able
That
to.
whale thing.
Yep.
I was gonna say it's like the whale
You
thing.
might be able to ping back the signal it's sending out
don't
just
have any
with your
whales.
tricorder, and that
Someone
might be
make
enough
whale
to shut off the
calls.
signal. It's just waiting. Hello? It's waiting for a hello. Hello? It's waiting for a hello.
Can maybe is there enough of the sigils here that you can sort of figure out their alphabet that we can
It doesn't
respond
seem
back?
to be as waiting for anything encrypted. It's just waiting for the exact. It's an echolocator.
Yeah, let's try with the tricorder to send back.
If you
that
want to know
response.
more,
Yeah,
you can
let's
also
just send back
obtain
the same signal.
information.
So,
I'll use the.
I'm going to spend a momentum, and that way we'll get 2 questions instead of 1.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
This is connected to a network that is very old and may not exist, and it's sending out to a network that may not be there anymore.
So it's pinging.
It was
for-
activated when the shell of the chamber was broken through by the miner, and it turned on a defense network. This is all your inference, nothing that you're getting off of. This is just your own logic playing
Sure,
out,
yep.
because you got to show that Vulcan something back on the horizon when you get back.
I want to use my reverse engineering.
So
to-
it was it that's why it's bringing down ships. It's gone into like lockdown
Yeah.
while it waits for further
Response.
response.
Yeah. Can I use my reverse engineering to be able to reverse engineer the signal to be able to allow our tricorders to send it back?
Yeah,
So-
that's what I said. It
Yeah.
would be you can use reason engineering or science.
No, I have a focus of reverse engineering. That's what
Oh,
I said.
good.
Yeah, well, you can use your focus into the task. You still have to roll
Oh,
the task.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
so
so-
let's do that.
So
let's do
that what does that focus give me again? It just gives me an
It
advantage.
gives
or
you
just
it increases your advantage range. If you
Okay,
roll
right.
under the number now, instead of 1, it's whatever the number is that you're rolling your discipline with.
Yeah.
So
okay.
before you roll, let me ask my second question.
Of course, yes.
We know that this is looking for a response in some way. Do we? And we know it's looking for the exact, or it's looking for a response.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know what response?
Do we know if this chamber will be affected if we send the wrong response?
Yeah. Like wrong response and then it
Even
sucks out
with
the
the
air.
momentum spend, the only
Yeah.
answer I can give you is there is nothing that can be understood about this technology. It is too
It's so
ancient,
ancient,
and it
yeah.
is too unknown.
Okay.
All you know is it's acting like an echolocator, and
Something
it's
about-
waiting for the response
Yeah.
that could be that it's sending out. It's just waiting for a ping back.
So now you want to reverse
It's just,
engineer.
it's just
what?
sending out a handshake.
Yeah.
That computers
Yeah,
do.
I
all
want
the
to reverse
time.
engineer that signal so that I can program our tricorders to send it back.
So that
it.
would
Yeah.
be engineering
Yep.
and reason,
Reason and engineering.
Yeah.
or it could be control and engineering if the science officer is going to assist with a reason plus.
I mean, it's the same stat no matter what.
Okay. Do we
but I
want-
mean, if you want to assist, yeah.
Anyone else want to assist with this?
What's the
or-
difficulty?
Difficulty is 3
I'm gonna assist and use my
because you're dealing with
experimental-
something no one has ever seen before.
I'm gonna
Okay.
use my experimental tech focus and reason and science, I guess.
Yep, that's fine. So the assist rolls are just rolling 1, and the engineer you roll 2.
Okay.
And if you want additional dice, you'll have to purchase them or use determination points
Nice.
to bring in your value.
Okay. Good.
Was that a 1?
That's,
Nice. So you get 1 plus an advantage.
All right. 2 successes.
2 successes. Oh,
And-
hell, you get the 3.
No, and because you were using a focus,
I
that
was-
5 counts as a critical because your
Yeah.
engineering's a 5.
Perfect. So 2
Okay,
critical
so you get
successes.
2 advantages and 3 successes.
Nice.
Throw in 2 momentum unless you'd like to create an advantage that you'd like to suggest. I don't have anything to suggest
Yeah, I was
right
just say,
now.
I don't know about so 2
Yeah.
momentum.
2 momentum?
Oh, yeah.
2 momentum.
The blue light within the obelisk momentarily fades out. Ships and shuttlecrafts can now safely leave or land on the planet without being shot down.
Yes.
As soon as the lights fade out,
Ah, damn it.
they come back up. And now the obelisk is blinking. An indecipherable pattern.
Can you?
The flashing is increasing in speed. Scanning the obelisk will require a reason engineering or science task with a difficulty of 0. This generates momentum that you can ask questions about.
Let me
That's-
scan
yeah,
that thing.
That's your deal.
Can you use the other tricorder just to record?
Yep.
Just
And
so
that's,
that we see what it
reason and
is.
engineering, is that a good enough role? Reason engineering?
Reason engineering is exactly.
I did not succeed.
You did not
I
succeed.
succeeded.
Well, it's difficulty of 0. So
I succeeded.
how many?
I failed.
One.
But
1. So you get 1 momentum.
No, you're using reason and science, aren't you?
You could use reason and science.
Yeah,
I'm using
Oh,
engineering.
okay, so I had
15,
one
yeah,
success.
you have a
Yeah.
success.
Okay,
One
sweet. So
success.
you take 2 momentum.
Sweet.
The obelisk and that deep area beneath the chamber, your tricorders are reading a massive power buildup.
Oh, damn.
Uh-oh.
6 minutes, and it will hit a critical mass that this chamber will self-destruct.
It's gonna
Why?
blow up
Why is
everything
it
on the
doing?
surface.
Why? We just stopped. Ah, the signal we gave back to it wasn't the right signal. Now it's
You
gonna
have
blow
a
up.
choice.
Beans.
There is time for you to book it and get out of this mine. There may be time to disable the self-destruct sequence. Once the timer expires, all evidence of this technology and this alien race will be destroyed. And we will never know what this place is about.
Does this have a danger to the people on the surface?
It may, but it probably will just destroy this chamber
Just
and
the chamber.
cause,
Just the chamber.
well, I mean, a mountain, maybe a landslide. There might be some damage to the settlement, but no, it's not going to like take out a chunk of the planet.
Okay.
It's not gonna like blow the planet.
But it will collapse this chamber and destroy this place. It will. You will never learn what it is about. Now, this gets me to think though. Looking at your values.
Destroying it keeps it away, or letting it blow itself up
Responsible
keeps
to
it
the
away.
truth? Well, you're not here. Monroe, what were your values? Mother's example.
Yeah.
Starfleet never lied. Well, no. What was that last
Well,
one?
if you could break it, you could fix it.
Noonian. Oh, break it, you can fix it. Mother's example. Home Among the Stars.
No, Starfleet never lies.
Ideal and inexperienced.
That's-
But it's Varric. Oh, Varric is inherent goodness with Stephen Prince.
I got Federation as a force for good, so I should probably stay, but
I've got an idea.
I don't want to die.
Okay, Stephen Prince.
Steve, not typically the ideas guy, as you guys are like, yeah, this thing is going to self-destruct and destroy this chamber and possibly cause damage to the settlement. Steve's going to elect to run out of the chamber then and start clearing people away from the mountain. Like, get everyone away from it, just in case, like, whatever the implosion is kills as few people as possible.
I like it.
If you guys are going to stay in here and try to shut it off,
No one
that's-
said that.
that's great. Well, it doesn't matter. Either way, Steve's like,
Your
I
Starfleet-
can't help you.
Yeah, you
I'm
can.
going to run outside and start clearing survivors.
That is something Steve can help with. So the your Starfleet training is enough to kick in that this will be an extended task. You got a couple of talents that help with extended tasks. If you decide you want to stay, and this is like all happening in your heads kind of in an instant while we're talking about this, because I want to, give you a moment here to be able to make an informed decision. The difficulty for the rolls are 5. The magnitude is 3, which means you need to have 3 breakthroughs, which either comes from rolling advantages after completing the difficulty and getting through those resistances. If you have an advantage in that roll, it's an automatic breakthrough. Otherwise, you need 15 successes in order to finish that work track, right?
I have an idea, actually.
Give me. It's not. There's one last. There's difficulty, magnitude, work, and then there's how much time you have. 6 minutes is 4 intervals. Each roll is 2 intervals, unless you spend the momentum to increase your speed, which also increases the difficulty by 1 if you hasten your action. So it is possible, but it is extremely difficult. And it will require talents, it will require values, it will require buying a lot of threat, which I only got 5 left, so I'm going to be looking forward to having that kind of candy. You can do it. If you roll every roll with the maximum of 5 dice, if you throw in determinations to guarantee your 1, that gives you that magnitude breakthrough. If you spend the momentum to get sped rolls. You can do 4 rolls in 4 intervals with 4 determination points spread out between 4 players. Oh, wait, 3 players.
Yeah, 'cause
But
Steve
we
can't
can,
add to
I
this.
can, I can give you, if you don't want to leave, we've got a couple here like Monroe and Home Among the Stars even, and Responsible to the Truth. I could use those all to challenge. You could cross them out and walk away now, or I'll give you that determination point to stay, and you've got determination now to spend using those values.
I'm going to give you 3 seconds to give me a good reason why you're not staying. 3, 2, 1.
I don't want to die.
I said a good reason.
I have other shuttles to crash.
I don't have a good enough reason to leave.
Each of you take a value point and keep those values. Keep a mark a determination point down, so you've got to spend.
Mark it down on determination. I forgot I had those, and I could have used those as Cam Schofield.
You could have used them against Methra.
Could have.
Yeah.
Pencil.
Forgot.
That's the thing. Since the beam's off for the moment and ships can leave, is any of the interference down? Could comms be opened up between the ground crew and the horizon?
Perhaps the horizon is a half light year away.
And
What if
we're
there was a
underground.
What if there's a really good sensor roll?
The horizon, go ahead and give me the sensor roll. I mean, whatever, you're a know-it-all. You've been tinkering with these sensors since the first episode.
I'll assist him.
Control and science then.
Throw in a power rating. So you're, how much power are you putting into the sensors? You can put up to 6.
That's up to the captain.
Boost power to the
because
comms.
after we rescued these people, we're not entirely sure that the Romulans aren't also coming back to this planet to fuck over
Okay.
everyone. So,
So-
we're like cranking the sensors all the way to
So
max.
you're putting all 6 in. So your complication range is now to 14. So you can still succeed, but you might still blow out your comms relay.
I gave an additional success assisting
Yeah.
him with
Yeah.
command.
Okay, well then, I mean,
Hold on, we're just dealing with Horizon. We'll,
Okay, sure.
we'll come back to you in a minute. We've got the 2 players.
Okay.
So, Vera,
Well, in that case, can I invoke my "I'm smarter than Lhasa" at this
Yep.
moment?
sure can. Lhasa couldn't
see, I'm
do
getting
that.
frustrated for you.
You're not even there to defend yourself. It's the worst.
Exactly.
You're just, you're
Why-
wearing the facepalm Picard t-shirt. That's
Yeah.
just you the whole time.
And that's why I stayed on the ship.
All right, so did you get the successes?
Let's find
So
out.
the success difficulty, 3.
I got a 10 and an
Yeah.
8.
Oh,
So-
and what did you roll there, Schofield?
I got 1 success in
And
assisting.
what was the number?
15 under 15, so it was right on the nose.
Yeah, but the complication range was to 14, so you
Yeah.
succeed,
But there's
but
a
you still overload, right? Because we put so much power
Right.
that we cranked into it. You
Yeah.
get the advantage, you get the dice, you get to be at, succeed at it, but you so.
Can I spend determination?
So
It's like your son died
you
again.
get
the sensors
your
blew.
sensors go up. You're reading a massive power buildup on the surface at the source of the alien signal. The alien signal has now stopped being sent, and now you're just getting a power buildup. You get all 4 of the comm signals, but they're deep underground. There's no way your transporters are going to penetrate the crust of this planet. They need to get to the surface. Say if you got
But
to
can the
beam them up.
commander talk to them?
You can open up comm channels, but it will have a and you'll only get one line and then another back and then blow out the
Enough
relay.
to give a support command though.
Enough to get a mission update, but maybe not enough to get in on the action like that. It's not really something that can be done remotely.
We're all gonna die. Peace.
By the way,
So
Robinson's
you
on
get
the way.
you get a ping on your communicator. Officer, way teams, report in.
Yep. It's just
Captain,
like, oh, you're all alive. That's good.
Captain, the alien signal was some kind of networking device. It has a defense mechanism. We have triggered the self-destruct mode. We are going to attempt to stop that.
We have 6 minutes.
Stephen Prince is going to go and clear as much of the civilization that is here. I'll update you on that later.
Stand by.
The horizon starts to clear the worst of the nebula, and you can increase speed.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'd just be like, and go,
Punch it.
punch it. Like
All right.
we need to get over there. And the last few words that I will send back to them is, "I trust you to do your jobs. Godspeed." And then cut comms. Yeah.
I trust you to do speed.
I trust you to do speed. Got it.
Who's holding?
All right, so the three of you remain in the chamber.
I have a question about the values. Are we crossing it out, or are we just
You would have had
challenging, or
to,
what do
in order to leave the chamber, you would have had to cross out the value.
Okay.
You would have had to say, "No, sir, I am leaving," and then you would walk away.
No, sir.
Okay.
So we're getting a determination because we are staying?
We're getting information because I'm giving it to you because
Okay.
I introduced the complication of
Oh, okay.
you
I'm gonna-
don't want to leave.
I'm going to
Yes.
spend the determination point I just got to use a spirit of discovery because I don't want this destroyed. I would love to be able to know what this thing does.
Okay.
And so that gives us 3 momentum.
Okay,
Wait.
Game Master advice.
Sure.
Your determination will give you an automatic 1 on the dice, right? Which gives you an automatic breakthrough for your magnitude, of which you need 3 in order to succeed at this. The only other way, if you don't get that 1, if you leave it up to the dice roll and you don't get it, you need 15 successes on a dice
Yeah.
in order to get 1 breakthrough.
But I already have another determination. I have 2.
I know, but you've only got 4 intervals. Even if you all spend 1 momentum to go, you only get to go 4 times, and that's 1 each, and 1 person goes twice.
So what if they each spent a
If you
determination?
each spend a determination to get your 1 value, you still have to roll the dice to succeed. You still need to get the other 4 successes to break the difficulty, but you got the magnitude break if you get that 4. So you still have to roll with all maximum dice, and it has to work each time. And you really, because you got 4, you can only fuck up once, right? If you don't get the success in the 1 roll, you still have 3 more chances. I understand what you're saying about momentum, but all that's going to let you do is purchase dice right now, which you're going to do anyways, but you also need the dice in your advantage range as well. And I don't want you to spend the determination point. I want you to just go in eyes open so you know what you're like what choice you're making. You
Okay.
can absolutely do Spirit of Discovery if you want, just understanding that is how many determination points do you have?
He's 2.
I have 2.
You have 2. Okay, all right.
So if he spends a 1 on Spirit of Discovery
we
and
didn't
then,
really,
and then
time.
we
another
didn't
one,
really
Yeah.
deal with it. It's supposed to reset to 0, but I'll let it go because
Oh,
I've
did
been
it?
thinking it was the other way around. So
What do you mean?
okay.
Reset to 0?
Between-
determination points don't carry session to session.
Oh shoot!
Like
sorry.
momentum.
So
Oh,
we have
okay.
1.
But
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
let you have 2 because you've been strategizing this whole time as if you had 2. So
Okay.
you can, if you're going to go twice, which kind of makes sense for the engineer that you get the little swift movement.
Yeah.
You could use 1 to gain the momentum. Remembering, you can also spend threat the same way you spend momentum. Right?
I think
Just
I think
works
for
the other
right
way.
now I'll hold on that and see how we go forward.
Yeah.
And then if we need it, if we
If
need
we-
the momentum to
yeah.
move forward,
Because
then I'll
the
just
spirit,
I'll
the spirit
do
of
it.
discovery will use up a roll,
Yeah.
right? So it spends that interval point.
Okay,
right?
then yeah.
Everything
All right, so then
that's being done. If like Stephen Prince has left, but if you all wanted to be like, I want to spend a roll to like, if you down in the chamber want to reach up to the ship, I would have crossed out one of those X's. But the Horizon did it instead, so it's all happening kind of simultaneously. You have to plan those moves. Because the intervals are only 4, it is only possible if you do swift actions. You have to spend to create that additional momentum, that
Right.
additional move.
Okay.
That makes sense here.
Okay.
all right.
This is the most difficult extended task we've ever done on the campaign.
So we each get to do one thing.
Well, if you each spend a determination, you said that would drop the amount of successes we would need from 15 down to 4.
Yes.
So
And it gives us
then-
breakthroughs.
Well, no. There's difficulty is 5, magnitude is 3. That's how many breakthroughs you need. Difficulty is 5. That's how many success dice you need in order to get a success. Magnitude is 3. That's how many breakthroughs you need to get. You get breakthroughs by either advantage rolls
That's why it's 15 successes.
or by completing the work track. The work track is 15. 15 means 15 dice that are all successes,
Okay.
in addition to that fucking difficulty.
Okay.
So the work track is, you're not doing it.
So even if
You're
everybody-
relying on breakthroughs, not
Yeah.
work track.
Even if
There's no time to
everybody-
do the homework. It's
Right.
intentionally built.
Because we only
stacked
have
against you.
4 versus
You've
15.
you've only got
Yeah.
technically 2 rolls, 4 if you spend the momentum for it.
Right.
So this is why it's like the values. It just happens mathematically. There's 3 of you. As long as you can build up your dice pool and get 5 successes from it, remembering you can spend momentum to re-roll dice, you can get enough. But it also means, like, those dice, even with me telling you how to do it, it still comes down to at least
dice.
4 of those dice have to work out for your favor 3 out of 4 of the times. And I love it. You can do it. I believe in you. But I also can't save you if you don't.
Yeah. Well, it's been nice knowing this character.
I love this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it.
Let us Steve Prince get to live. All
We're gonna
right.
fucking cross the streams. And yeah,
Yeah, our
Steve,
red
I am
ship-
saving you, but I mean, also, Steve has nothing to offer to trying to disarm an ancient alien bomb thing. So he's like, I'm gonna run outside and make sure no one else dies. And that's why he's gone.
Let's get that first move. Let's see how it goes. First move out of the way, because I mean it is a 1-hour episode. Let's wrap it up. It's the finale. I mean, put all the dice on the table. If your character's dead, we've got support characters you can play.
Okay.
This could
all
be your
right.
Tasha Yar moment.
Yeah.
Remember how much we remember her now?
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have a
Okay.
holographic funeral when it's over. Don't
Let's
worry.
do this. Let's do this.
All right. So, who wants to go first?
Make your mother proud,
Come
engineer.
on, go engineer. It's your turn first.
Okay, yeah. Mother's example.
Let's make your mama's proud time.
Make my mama proud. What do I do?
We have to disarm this thing.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
get it-
Okay.
Spend
So-
your determination.
I imagine
and
we're going to have
roll.
to use the control panels in some ways to
Yeah.
reprogram this.
I will let you look at your combination of attributes and disciplines and pick the absolute best version of that, and then we can figure
I mean,
out.
that's basically control, daring, and engineering.
Oh well, then daring and engineering.
Daring
Hands
and
down.
engineering.
That
I mean,
sounds
it's like
perfect.
it's a 15.
You're trying to patch in his broken tricorder and your working tricorder and get into the panels to try
Right.
and like send the cancel signal.
So, okay, we have 4 momentum right now. How many dice?
So
Spend a
you get
determination to get
2.
your one.
Let's just build your pool first before we roll, so we keep track of everything because there's gonna be a lot of moving parts. So grab
Yeah.
2 dice. That's
Okay,
what
got
you're
it.
starting with.
Yep.
Are you invoking your value?
My mother example? Yeah.
So put a 3rd dice on the table and put it at 1.
Put it at 1. Okay.
Right? You're not going to
Done.
roll it. That's at 1.
Done and
Now,
done.
We can get up to 2 more dice, so your pool is a maximum of 5, right?
Well, I can.
And you can purchase dice for 2 momentum for the second one and 3 momentum for the 5th one.
Can I use my power systems focus to get another one?
The focus will just increase your
The-
range, which
the
is what you
critical
want.
success
Because
rate.
if you get between 1 and 5, you get another breakthrough, which is
But
good.
it doesn't give you more dice. You have to
Doesn't
buy
give you
the
more dice, but it
okay.
does increase your chances of getting a breakthrough,
All right.
which
Well,
we
that's
do
that's
want.
that's a
Yeah,
given.
we
That'll
need
be
3
part of it.
breakthroughs.
But you need 2 more dice. You
Yeah.
can purchase dice through momentum, or one of these players can assist and add dice into the pool, and you can purchase your 5th
How much
dice.
momentum do I need to get a purchase another dice?
Is a player going to assist you on that roll?
Yes.
First. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then
so
you'll
he's
have
going
to
to
spend
assist
momentum. Whoever is assisting is the one who's also going to have to spend momentum to increase their difficulty in their roll, right? Because you only get one go in the interval. So if you're then doing the second one, you'll be the one taking the difficulty increase.
Right.
That's whoever's assisting is the one who's taking on the burden of that second roll. You understand?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
Doesn't make sense for me
yeah,
to
yeah,
assist.
Okay,
makes
so you're
sense.
you're
Okay, that
assisting.
makes
So that
sense
means
to
you're
me.
only having to purchase 1 die instead of 2. That will be 3 momentum for that 5th die because it's the 3rd in the purchasing.
Yeah.
Well, we've only got 4 momentum.
Yeah, but then we hand him a bunch of
But you can
threat.
also, whenever you don't have momentum, you can buy
Use
with
threat.
threat
Right,
instead.
right, okay.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's spend the 3
I
momentum. I would
promise
say.
you I'll spend it this time.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm spending the momentum. I'm getting another die.
And when you, yeah.
All right, and because you have a focus on power systems and things like that, that means that if you roll anything that's 5 or lower, it's considered a critical success,
Right.
and that allows us to get closer to
Yeah.
getting those 3.
Okay.
What do you call them?
Breakthroughs.
3
breakthroughs,
breakthroughs. That's right,
gotcha.
because we already have the one
one's a
because
critical
you've got that.
success.
So you just need 2 more under 5.
But you also need all 5 to be, what's the combination of daring and engineering?
Daring and engineering is 15.
They all have to be under 15. Or this doesn't succeed. Because the difficulty is 5. And that's why the difficulty is at 5. All 5 have to be under 15, and any of them that are under 5 count as a breakthrough.
Okay.
All right.
But
Right.
if you don't get all 15, even the value you've spent won't count.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
You're dealing with beyond ancient. You're dealing with
Yeah.
elder god technology here.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, please. U.S.S.
Nope.
Son of a bitch.
How many did you fail by? By
Two.
two?
So we got
So-
3 successes.
Let me see here, though. There are. Where's the conflict flashcard that I had? I think I put it at the bottom.
Oh,
of my
wait,
table.
Combat?
I think you have an option here. I'm looking under conflict actions.
You can spend a momentum and re-roll one
Combat
of those.
momentum, personal, create, re-roll damage. Oh, that's re-rolling damage. Swift task, re-roll, bonus damage, keep minor action, obtain information, create obstacle. Increase difficulty of an enemy task, create opportunity, gains 1 extra d20 to their task. Okay. Plus 3, 6 for 3d20. Okay, yeah, we've already done the create opportunity where we purchased the dice.
You can spend momentum
You
to
can
re-roll.
spend 2 momentum to create an advantage in the scene. Like, maybe Armstrong is giving you some meditation techniques that he's been picking up from Haddock,
Yeah.
and that could lower the difficulty by 1. You still fail by 1. But I'm looking here. Swift task. No.
Did you
If
succeed?
you
Did
failed
you?
by 1, you
I
could have you
succeed.
lowered the difficulty. But I don't think
we
by
did
2
3.
it's going to help out. And there's no. You can re-roll damage, but you can't re-roll for tasks.
We still have other moves, though.
You still have 3 more goes at this.
So if you spend the momentum, you can re-roll one of those.
How much momentum?
Well, it won't make a difference. It won't get him to that 5, though. It'll only, like, it'll just
So
evaporate momentum. You know
we
what I mean?
have 4 goes at this. This is one that did not succeed. So we have to succeed at the
You
other
can
3.
momentum can allow a character to produce a positive advantage. Spending 2 momentum establishes some new advantage in addition to whatever effect the successful task had. They must relate to the nature of the task attempted, and it must be something that could logically result in the character's actions. Advantages created this way may alternatively be used to create complications to like opponent characters. So you can creating opportunity purchases dice. Creating advantages lowers difficulty. So you could lower that difficulty from 5 to 4, which won't help Steve because he only got 3,
Okay.
right?
So there'd be no point.
There'd be no point to that yet, but we could do it for the next one, so you only have to get the 4 before you roll. But you have to create the advantage before you do the roll,
Oh, before you do the roll.
right?
Okay.
Whereas you can create opportunities if you need additional dice, but we know we're going to need all 5.
All right, let's do
So
it.
unfortunately, it just means 1 interval is out.
Okay.
You now have, what,
Fine.
6 divided by 4, so we've lost 2 minutes? More or less? We're down.
Minute and a half.
You got 4 minutes. You got 4.5 minutes now until everything goes out. I have, before you make your turn, 5 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were a little bit behind you,
Oh no.
but at least they're armed. Sorry, Stephen. He comes back to the door, and you're like, Stephen Prince, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be heading out.
Upstairs is
evacuating.
up.
And he just kind of says, goodness. And as the camera sees a disruptor rifle to his side and 4 Romulan agents from the shuttle that was downed. Oh, no. There were 5 of them. 1 more than there are in waiting, but we lost one of them out in the desert. They're there. You left your weapons behind.
Well, we didn't leave them. They were given away to other people.
Given away to Draylen, yeah. You didn't fight him
And
on
these
that.
guys got in without any trouble from the locals?
I mean, they're trained Romulan agents. They either
Tal
killed them
Shiar.
all or they snuck in.
Oh, jeez.
But that's what 5 threat does. Steven can get into some hand-to-hand combat and take on 4 Romulans. Certainly, you've got Armstrong's pretty good at that. You've got a bunch of like Wilhelm cries waiting to happen with this big old pit.
Oh, the Wilhelm screams?
But it's just a complication being thrown into this problem.
So if,
I don't think they want to blow up either.
They might not know or believe you.
And we don't have time to
if you're like,
argue.
this place is rigged to blow, they might be like, bullshit, and then kill everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Fucking Steve's gonna throw down. try to buy
Nice.
you guys some time if you want to come and give me a hand. And
Yeah,
some,
like I'm no.
Everyone in this interval, sorry, one roll doesn't go through an interval. In a combat round, everyone gets a chance here. So I just realized we were doing that the same way last time when we were doing extended rolls. So before this whole interval passes, Steve has spent his time on one interval. You all can take
We
a
still
go.
have our
Like
turn,
Stephen
right.
Prince rolling, if you don't want to spend momentum for it, it'll just take 2 intervals to hold off the Romulans.
Okay.
Right? But you just won't. You're not just acting with a swift action. So the two of you both. Lassa assisted with Steve, but Armstrong, you can have a go at this, and we can get Lassa into it by spending the momentum to give him a swift action. Right?
This you mean?
We're
fighting
still on
Romulans
interval
or
one.
The problem.
I mean, that's up to you. You want to work on the problem. You want to work on the Romulans. But both Armstrong, Steven, and Lassa get a go at this.
Engineering, so I feel like I can't.
You got some pretty good daring, though, and I was gonna say, like, you can use any of your combinations in a way that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I use daring and I don't know command, I can get 14.
Yeah, and then if you spend the momentum to swift action, maybe Steve or Lassa, they can assist you in this, and you're just like, just show me what to do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just show me. First, I'm gonna use my determination.
But I have no threat. I have no threat left.
Okay.
So I got nothing to avoid damage or deal extra or re-roll dice or any of that crap. It's just
shit.
I just have 4
dice
Romulans.
rolls.
All right. Well, I use the Federation as force for good to get a determination. So I got my 1.
Mm-hmm. And you got your 2 dice that you start with.
I'm going to spend a momentum to get Bo here to put an assist, and because he's helping me out, I'm going to use team dynamics as my focus. So I need to get under 4, and I don't know how to get a 5th dice. So I guess we could give him 2 threat.
Yep.
There's 2 your threat back. All right.
So how many dice are you up to?
I got 3 plus my 1 at
Automatic.
1 and 1 for
So I
Bo.
got 5.
Okay. 1 momentum as well. Another threat to get low into it. Bo.
He paid that already.
I did. I emptied
Okay,
it.
so how many dice you got? You got your value.
our 5.
you
We're at
your
5.
right? And then where did the 5th dice come from?
He used a
We
determination
had a
point.
momentum that we spent to get him into it
Oh, you spent real momentum.
Yes.
And then you purchased the 5th dice for
Right,
3
with
momentum.
threat.
with the threat.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
it's
only give me 2, so I'm just trying to figure out what the 3rd one comes because the
Yeah,
5th
okay, yeah,
die
so it
is
has to
3.
Oh,
be
sorry. I thought it
3.
was for 2. All right.
3.
All right. So I'm getting under.
I did not assist.
It's a fail. Okay, so
Both of it because you still got 3 dice to roll.
it doesn't matter. We're not going to make 5
Did we
successes.
not create an advantage? Okay, slow down. We got Steve's roll. Spend another momentum to create the advantage to lower the difficulty to 4. We were talking about that before I threw in the ROMs. We want to create an advantage.
Right.
Yeah.
So you didn't get it, but you know what? You've learned something.
Yeah,
Oh,
after
he
your-
spent the advantage that we got from that to,
Yeah,
to,
you
to lower the
create
difficulty.
create
Yeah.
an
So
advantage
now
to
it's
lower the
Right. So
difficulty.
if
4.
all of these succeed.
Then we're fine.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, I got a 13, a 9, and a 7. So those are all
Nice.
successes.
Nice.
Plus the critical success.
Okay, how many successes?
4.
4.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna mark that on the work track just
Plus-
in case you end up getting higher. Plus you
plus the
got
advantage.
1 breakthrough.
Yep.
In addition to the 4 successes, you got a breakthrough with the advantage. And that's the end of interval 1. Because now you've assisted both times, and you both have had your go.
Yeah.
And, you could do this.
It's possible.
You're a third of the way there. Stephen Prince, give me some hand-to-hand security fitness. Go John Wick on them.
Yep, just
Grab their commander,
trying to
sub-commander.
Oh,
Oh, 2
fuck.
fail.
And he gets kicked in the nuts.
Oh no, value goodness.
He has no determination to spend, so it's
Yeah,
worthless.
he's got 1 determination to spend because I like him.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, no, because
Oh.
everyone receives a determination.
Goodness.
So, all right, so he spends that, and that gives him.
He's got.
good
I
one,
want to just make
automatic.
sure. His sub-commander Rathar is the one with the Disruptor 2
Shit.
to Stephen Prince.
Can he use the success to at least be able to get the rifle
Take
out
it
of
Try
the
and
way?
like.
You want to disarm?
like-
You can actually. That is a roll
I'm
option
saying
you have. in here.
disarm so that way
Yeah, no,
he can't
it's
shoot
it's
anything.
Conflict
it's
momentum
only
spends,
one. It's only one success with an advantage,
Conflict
though.
momentum spend. 1 weapon held by the target is knocked away and falls to the ground within reach. Disarm. 2 momentum. So you can spend
2 threat.
I can give you 2 more threat.
2 more threat to disarm Subcommander Rathar.
Is the success an advantage that I have not doing anything with the
The
determination?
success, you can attack him, and you can. What do you? Yeah. What is the? What are you wanting to? Dealing damage? Are you trying to?
It's going to try to grapple and throw him into one of the other guys because there's 5 of them.
Yeah. Okay. So let's give then.
And if I get within grapple
Conal,
range,
what's your security?
then
What's your security stat?
3.
So that's then take 3d6s.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Because you're unarmed, so you're not getting any bonuses with weapons, but you're going to roll with your security.
2 1s and a 2.
So that's 4 damage that you're dealing, which doesn't deal any effects, which is what you're looking for. But if you spend the additional momentum, you can deal the damage and disarm him. He won't have a disruptor to your face. The others don't all seem to be armed. They had a bad time out in that desert.
Oh, really?
Subcommander Rathar has
I
got
thought
the
they
disruptor
all had
rifle out.
disruptors.
They're
That was
all
like-
looking menacingly, and some of them are holding rocks. But it looks like only half of them are armed.
I think we just we gotta spend the threat.
Subcommander
Alright,
Rathar does. Oh, he's got a lot of stress on him because I put him in. So you deal 4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a.
And I'm going to give you a 2 threat
Down,
to disarm while damaging.
That's garbage. I need an actual pencil, not a broken pencil.
A
Oh,
broken,
I got an actual pencil right
stabby
here.
piece of wood. There you go.
All right.
Here's your threat.
All right. And the I will allow you here, given the tense situation, you can, because you're famed tactical officer Stephen Prince, you can knock it out of his hand and grab it in the air, or you can knock it out down the pit.
Try to grab it midair.
Boom! I just
Nice.
like it. It sounds like a good action scene, and there's like a lot on the line here. So you now have a disruptor blast, or if you spend 1 momentum, you can swift action to take a second turn at a higher difficulty round. Pew, 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 pew.
What do you think? You think I
The
should...
disruptor range has 7 damage, vicious
Jesus.
1, size 1 hand.
I mean, that's the only way to be able to gain advantage over 5 Romulans.
All right,
is
yeah.
to point a weapon at them.
All right. Just immediately, like, fucking deck the guy,
This is
grab
now
his gun, and
control
then turn
security instead of fitness security.
shoot. Okay. Oh, God. That's actually better. He's a better control stat.
Yeah, he was a weapons officer, not like.
Yeah.
13, 2
Nice.
successes.
Yep.
Okay, that's all you needed to get past his resistance. Oh wait, it's a. Oh no, it's a ranged attack. He doesn't get a roll against it. I should have rolled against the punch, but I don't think he was expecting it from.
Surprise!
Like
From
Federation
Stephen Prince.
hostages. So take 7 d6s.
Oh, my God.
Roll all of them.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Nice.
Oh.
The 4s go away.
Well, there's 4 4s, and those don't do anything,
They're all
right?
blanks,
Okay,
yeah.
so there's
1s and 2s count as 1s and 2s. 5s
Okay.
and 6s count as 1s plus effects.
All right, well then those are all worthless. I got a 1 and I got a 5.
Okay, so you dealt 2 damage, but the last one was vicious, so it breaks through any resistance he has. So he, you've knocked half of his health. He's only got 5 left. So once that happens, he'll be out. But disruptor blasts don't have a stun setting.
No,
No.
Yeah.
So you take a chunk
He's like
out of
right
his
out
armor,
of
and
him.
he's just burned.
Is
but-
it enough of is that enough of like a intimidation to basically be like for the Romulans to kind of like back off? He's now loaded. He's now
Yeah,
armed.
this place is gonna blow. Back off. We're trying to save your sorry asses. We'll see. We'll see how that intimidation happens. I'm gonna give. I mean, technically they should be able to return fire, right? I'm just gonna roll as one group. 12 and a 3, 2 successes. Roll me a fitness security again, Stephen.
Oh, because he's coming at me.
Just opposing the dice.
What is it with the Romulans and using rocks
Fitness
this episode?
security. I got
I know,
2
right?
successes. 1 is critical.
Nice. So he goes to, like, he gets angry after you shoot him, and he goes to move into attack. You parry the blow, and you knock him aside, and he falls and grabs the edge of the ledge with his good arm that wasn't shot at with the disruptor. And so the other 3 Romulans, one goes to help their sub-commander, and the other one's got a disruptor and is going to take aim, and the last one's got a rock. and when his turn comes around, he's just gonna like throw it at you. Or maybe like a stick. Maybe they picked up somewhere. So it looks like they more likely snuck past the guards rather than took them head on, or they would all have your phasers that they'd be shooting you with. Engineering guys.
Hi.
There is 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes.
I'm going to dive at this.
If you can get past the Romulans, there is time. If you run really fast, you can still get out of here. But if you take one more action, you'll be past the point of no return.
I'm committed to this.
So am I.
Okay, you can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah. So I
It
am
does
using
mean giving me a whole lot of threat that I can spend to probably kill Stephen Prince.
probably.
Oh no.
I do have my determination point. I will be using that. I'm going to be testing a theory, which gives me an additional D20.
Yes, it does.
Because I have succeeded in other similar
Yep.
things. So currently I have 4
That
die.
is one of the few ways in this game to get you beyond the 5 limit. It's an additional D20, not a purchase D20.
Right.
So you can get up to 6 dice.
So I will need an assist.
I can assist.
That
Wait,
would
is
get me
that-
to 5.
Was that negates my turn then? Correct.
Moment of inspiration. You can use determination. A point of determination may be spent to re-roll all of the characters' dice in their dice pool.
Nice.
Interesting.
I'm just looking at there. Surge of activity. The character may immediately perform another task as soon as this one has been resolved. This is most useful in common or other situations where the character is under pressure and cannot normally attempt 2 consecutive tasks.
Oh, been nice before.
The character immediately creates an advantage applied to the current scene. Those are all determination points.
Right. Well, so
All right, well,
you
since-
had said that we were acting as if we had 2, or
Momentum, assist. That I might have been actually screwing up. I don't care because we're already in this
Sure.
too deep. That might have been the only way to get that second turn, not spending momentum. But I like this anyway. So
all right.
All right, I'll assist. What am I rolling?
because swift action is totally a thing, isn't it? Swift
Whatever
task. The
you-
character may
is
attempt
your
one
highest
additional
that you can
task. Increase.
justify.
Oh, when you use momentum, the difficulty increases by 1. When you use determination, you just get a second go.
Cool.
Right?
All right.
There's no difficulty increase. Where there
Right.
is with momentum, and the momentum is to spend.
All right.
Okay.
So-
I'll use my control engineering to assist.
So if I were to use threat, if I gave you threat to get that last die, the 6th die, does that help towards our breakthroughs, etc.?
Yeah. So are you using any? Are you invoking your value to get you the perfect opportunity?
Absolutely.
Which is the 1.
Yeah. So yeah.
And then you got your 2 regular dice. So that's your pulls
Yeah.
up to 3.
Before we give him any more threat,
Well, no. I was asking what
yeah.
to get to 6.
would this be a good use for the Spirit of Discovery to get us more?
Spirit of Discovery gets you the 3 momentum to purchase another die.
instead of giving him more threat.
But it
Yeah,
also
let's do
will
that.
spend
Yeah.
his last determination point. that he's
I won't
got.
have any more determination left.
How do you want to proceed with that?
I would rather have us the momentum than give him more threat to be able to possibly kill Stephen Prince.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah. All right. Done. Okay. So are we using this right now to be able to purchase more die?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many do we need?
It is 3 for the 5th dice.
Yes.
I'm
so
ge-
that'll be your
yeah.
3 momentum
All right.
that you just
My
spent.
testing a theory
Yeah,
is
yeah.
outside of that.
Yeah.
And I will roll for assist.
Okay.
Oh, damn it, Steve.
Don't let him roll any more dice. Was it a 20?
Yeah.
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 Okay, so
We can still make this
You
if
can
all
still
your
make
stuff's under 15, which,
I also rolled a 20, but I.
what is
so
with
I
you
have-
guys? The two,
okay.
goddamn.
Did we miss it by 1?
I rolled an actual 20. Yeah.
Yeah, they both did.
Can
Okay.
What can I do to re-roll that?
Now,
So-
that being said, though, that's an advantage.
Absolutely.
A
I have-
moment of inspiration allows a point of determination to be re-rolled all the characters' dice in the dice pool. Let me look at your values.
And you use your determination, Brent?
Yes, I used
You
it.
can.
in the last round.
We've got. Have we already crossed out no wrong answers?
we had,
It's
yes.
already gone. Okay.
It's the closed fist, is what I was thinking for this, or Home Among the Stars.
I think close fist, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking, because this is now threat.
This is-
I was open to it. Now I was very much
now we're
not.
like.
Yeah,
we're in
no, I'm
this.
looking
yeah.
for a way to challenge and remove a value in order to give you, and both of those don't, like Home Among the Stars and the kindness
Yeah,
don't.
it's not
Um,
the same pull. Home Among the Stars was me wanting to get out there. This
Yeah.
makes me want to go home.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
here's the thing. You only need 2 more breakthroughs to pull this off. You have 2 more intervals left when this is done. Each of you can roll once without the swift action determination thing, and will spend the 2 intervals. You each get 1 more go to get 2 more breakthroughs.
Yeah.
But as we're seeing, it's getting those 5 in a row is
really hard.
is a pain, even when it's a 15, which you would think is quite an easy roll to roll under.
You'd think.
And I'm trying to think how
Yeah.
if anyone up at the horizon that is now reaching into orbit can find a way to offer advantages. Open up communication lines to help give that lower the difficulty to create the advantage. I mean, Steve and
Okay.
Prince can certainly create an advantage by rolling successes in the combat, and instead of dealing out damage, can just use it to hold everyone back and give you all the room to concentrate. And I would allow that to lower the difficulty.
Okay. What would I need to do that?
Roll another security fitness.
Okay.
That will be the last move you can do. That'll spend the 2 intervals unless we figure something else out.
That's 1 success.
Sure. So, because you're not trying to deal any damage, you're just trying to hold
Hold 'em
them
off.
back, and so you've got your disruptor, and you're like, nobody move, don't go for him, leave it right there, put it down, there we go. And now it's like the difficulty's 4 for the next move.
I think I might be able to challenge one of my values and maybe get another determination point. Because I use my 1. I have a feeling Ensign Armstrong is no longer feeling idealistic and inexperienced, having almost died on planets.
Screw this, I'm not dying here.
Yeah.
Sure, cross it out, get a determination point.
All right.
And now it's your turn to go again.
All right. My last determination. All right, so I got 1 at 1. I'm going to do, again, command and daring.
So what do we need to
14.
survive this?
We need 4 successes.
You should probably still try to roll all 5 dice that you can build up, but you need
Right.
4 of them to be successes. And are you using determination again, or do you want to hold on to that to re-roll for a moment of inspiration or a perfect opportunity? Perfect opportunity is the natural 1. Moment of inspiration allows you to re-roll your pool after a roll.
Where are we at on needing breakthroughs?
You need 2 breakthroughs.
All right, then I'm going to leave the 1 because
Okay.
we need at least 1 break.
Okay.
or
So
2
then, of
breakthroughs.
those dice you're rolling, 3 more must be successes, or you're just
Oh my
wasting
God.
the determination.
So I need.
Can we assist? Are
Yeah,
we
but
able
we
to?
got to give him threat. So I only have 3 dice right now. So
You're gonna have to give me threat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay, fine.
I'm going to give you. How much is it? 3 to get that 4th dice? Or 2?
2 to get the 4th dice, 3 to get the 5th dice.
All right, well, that's 5 threat.
Do it up.
All right,
Jesus
so
Christ.
1 for you and then 1 for me.
Roll like you pilot excellently,
Oh, yes.
but with a lot of sweat.
Right.
I
Oh
believe in you,
dear
Armstrong.
fucking
I thought we said you weren't going to roll anymore.
Yeah,
Monroe.
why are you assisting? Was he assisting you or was he?
Was
He
La-
was.
Lhasa?
Supposed
Okay,
to.
so-
Lhasa was assisting, not Steve.
Yeah,
Okay.
see, fuck. You
They
rolled
gave me a
another-
dice. I rolled it.
I
Two
succeeded.
20s.
All right.
Yeah, he got a success.
Success.
All right, yeah.
All right, well, I got
You're
2
trained
successes.
Starfleet officers. There's no need to panic.
And plus,
No, Monroe's not panicking. I'm panicking.
so okay, so we got 4 successes and an advantage.
This dice is just terrible. Don't give me that dice anymore.
1, 2, 3, 4 on the work track. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the work track, and another breakthrough. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 finishes the work track, and you get a magnitude anyways. However, Armstrong is exhausted. He's out of time. And as he's spending it, we can,
Well,
you still have your
Can
pattern
we-
enhancers from the horizon. But it'll take a little bit. Might take too long to set up and use. What were you going to say, Vera?
what if there? Well, that's the thing. What if, again? I've still got sensor diagnostics and like astrophysics, I've had like between a minute and a half to 3 minutes to continue to try to break through these guys while the ship's been getting closer.
Yeah.
Can we get another shot to
I
maybe
think you would
speed
be
that
able
up?
to. Yeah, you could roll in if you roll for the horizon to beam down, not beam down, but I mean transmit additional sensor information that you're getting from orbit. You might be able to again give them the advantage to keep that difficulty at 4 for the next roll.
Yeah, because I'm also like looking
Which
at
I love.
the
This is
values
coming
I've got
down to like
here, and
the
like, I've
final
got,
60
like,
seconds.
Yeah.
Like
All right, let's do it.
right
Let's do
away,
it. Come
there's like 3. Can I use my values in any ways to help with this roll? Because I got 3 values that.
Sure,
can
we're
work
way
for
over
this.
time. I'll let you do anything you want.
got it.
Okay.
We have to
Then
actually
let's go
leave
with, like,
physically this building. So go ahead and
Yeah.
roll your dice. You've got the 1, difficulty 1, so it's gonna succeed. You're gonna generate some momentum. It's gonna create the advantage. So just tell me how much you succeed by.
Okay, so. All right, so that's two successes.
Okay, throw 1 momentum in. Difficulty's at 4. Who's rolling the last die down in the chamber? That's not Armstrong.
Or Monroe, as it turns out.
Apparently,
I guess
I
it's
want to
me.
help so badly, but like,
Okay, it's,
I
all,
mean,
it's
yeah.
all down to
Here's-
Lhasa is going to show that he's the smartest one on the
here's
screen.
what I get because obviously I'm challenging my value right
I know
now.
you got to leave, so I'm not going to throw it in. I was going to spend 5 more threat to have the Romulans show up in orbit and like block your way, and that's actually how I would spend my threat if we weren't timed limit to finish this episode.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna say,
just
like,
to let you know, that's where my head's going as your GM. So let's finish this. Find
All right.
out if you're all going to die down there or if you're going to shut it off.
Let's roll.
It's 4. If you're going to roll in, can you still use that talent?
I think I can.
Yeah. So that's
That's 3.
1. That's 3.
If I challenge my value, if I could break it and fix it, because I obviously can't fix it, can I get a determination point to be able to help out?
Because he still has the 1 determination.
Yes, you still have that 1 determination. You can absolutely help out. You can use it. I mean, it's used to create stuff for yourself. The perfect opportunity. Maybe used to grant the character. Yes, used to use you. The character's dice, and you can't transmit determination. So it would be for your roll, Steve, not for
Okay, well,
Lasso's.
I'm not rolling.
Yeah.
So
So
Can he assist?
you can absolutely assist.
So assist.
So that's 4 dice.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. All right.
One from the talent, 2 from the
Bring it
roll,
back.
4 from the dice.
Redemption. Come on, Steve.
And then just give me a whole whackload of
Come on, sailor.
to bring it up to 6 dice.
Yeah.
Got it.
So another 5 threat.
Yep.
Steve.
But Steve can use his inspiration to re-roll that die.
okay, fine.
Yes, please.
Just fucking.
Oh, dear, thank God! Thank God!
What was it this time?
Well, so finally, it's just a success.
It's a success.
It's a regular.
Yeah, it's a
normal success.
regular success.
Oh.
I'm proud of you.
Nope.
There.
Well, yes, but I also got a 20. So
You got 2
All right,
advantages,
succeed.
though.
Yeah, but
I
you got
could-
4. Oh, 1, 2. Yeah, but you're rolling a full 6 set of dice.
all right.
Yeah, just give me the whole bunch of threat. I'm just gonna capture you by Romulans.
Bam.
Yeah, I succeeded. 3 successes, 4 successes.
4 successes and 3 advantages.
Yeah. So.
Because all 3 of those are
Are
5 or under, so you have
Yes.
3 advantages on top of that.
So then here's how the advantages play out. Just as the whole place is starting to build up and is about to blow, you calm it down. It shuts off. The self-destruct sequence fails. Stephen Prince tosses out the pattern enhancers into the center of the chamber. They deploy. They shoot up into the little pylons, and they form the triangle. And then he dives into it as the three remaining of you step into it, and the horizon gets a lock and beams you all up, leaving the Romulans behind to deal with their thing. I have like a whole bunch of threat, so can't really spend it. We're out of time. But you beam back up into orbit. The Romulan cloaked vessel is not going to appear. It's just going to rescue its people later. We can deal with all this fallout afterwards, but there's a whole settlement down there that's now going to be under Romulan occupation.
Why?
Should have
Because
taken our phasers.
well, I've got enough threat here for them to blockade the planet. I don't know how to resolve it. We're out of time. You're beaming up onto the horizon. You get out there, but you still have the settlement, and
Yep.
and they still have 4 Romulans down there, and there's still a cloaked bird of prey in orbit.
I could attempt to beam those other Romulans out of the chamber.
Yes, you can.
Attempt in big quotation marks.
And I will.
Use threat.
whatever. The Romulans aren't. They'll just be left behind. They'll get picked up by the Romulans, and they'll scutter back into their territory and vanish. And we can deal with the conclusion to this in the follow-up to the next episode. You beam out of the place. You've learned. You've got your sensor data. You've preserved the chamber. Starfleet can send other ships to this planet and deal with negotiating with the settlement and learning more about this alien race. I was really hoping that you were all going to die down there. To be fair,
and yet you saved us.
and yet we saved you. Sorry, it kind of ends really anticlimactic because we are so over time on this finale. We spent a lot of time there dealing with the chamber, and it should have just come down to dice rolls. Stuff to talk about in the debrief to break it down. Sorry we can't really role play out this finale. It's kind of feels weird a little bit just to pull the rug out, but it is what it is. You made it. You shouldn't have. I didn't think you were all going to stay down there. It will enable Starfleet to follow up with the survey team to further investigate the alien technology. There's also a possibility that's if people died down there. The Horizon picks you up. You got beamed out. Otherwise, you were going to get a ride with Elo Draylen up to the top again. They were going to be offered relocation assistance because this whole place is now going to be under scrutiny by everyone and all this if they want to go somewhere else. But it's all just going to be kind of left up to Starfleet Command to sort it out. Not your problem, because after that happens, there's a Priority 1 alert for everyone at Narendra Station. The star's about to go supernova, and they need to evacuate this nearby planet. So, Horizon, we need you back in the field. So you're like, back at it. You're flying away. Varric, you are very smart, but apparently not as smart as La Sabo.
No, I can cross out that value if you want.
Everyone used their values a bunch of times. Everyone hit spotlights very, very quickly. For the last bit, just to wrap it up before we all say goodbye, nominate someone for a spotlight milestone. We'll figure out who got it, and we'll deal with the numbers later.
Steve Brent.
Steve?
Yeah.
Steve? Everyone?
Sure.
Steve? Okay, so Stephen
Sure.
Prince leveled up, which meant Schofield leveled up with the spotlight because you were playing him as a support character.
Oh, nice.
And then
Thank
you can choose to redirect that level into Stephen Prince because he's not a PC, or you can use it for the ship or for yourself, but we'll deal with that a little bit later.
Cool.
That, I believe, is your second spotlight arc. If you get a third one, you get a milestone arc, and that's the only way where you actually raise the cap of all your stats.
Oh, damn.
Which is really neat. And then if you get like a bunch, you might even get like promoted to Admiral and no longer have to deal with this crappy ship anymore. I
my
have
crappy
been
ship.
your game master playing through Star Trek Adventures. This has been a kind of a fast race to the finish line, so we will be returning to the next one, also written by Aaron Palea, who wrote Tug of War. Did I mess up his last name again? Did I get it right this time?
No, you
Doesn't
got
matter. They're fine. I don't know when we'll return to it. Sometime later in the summer, I think, maybe. I have been your game master, Justin Ecock, and this game has been broadcast on Discord for our Patreon supporters. Patreon supporters of any amount can join our Discord channel sometimes when we record, and you can just listen in. And it's kind of fun. It's kind of cool. Around my table, the crew of the Horizon, somehow still alive. They shouldn't be.
Velvet Duke as Chief Science Officer Bo Lassa.
I have like 10 threat. I should have just been like, you turn it off, but the cave still collapses in you, and all of you are arrested by Romulans. And then we just deal with, like, you're just arrested by Romulans and your POWs forever now.
Conal MacBeth, better known as Dr. Terrawat, playing Captain Gavin Schofield.
Steve Saylor, K, the Blind Gamer, playing Lieutenant Commander Adam Monroe. And if this was D&D, I would have kicked the Romulans' asses and solved this thing.
But it's not.
And
And
it's
Brent
not.
Morris.
So you sucked.
Playing Ensign Steve Armstrong, the good Steve.
The good Steve this time. He's showing you how to Steve. He's Steven real hard.
Smarter than Steve.
And of course, our know-it-all science officer couldn't have survived without you, actually.
That's your cue.
Sorry. Nicholas Randall from Red Crown Media playing Varric, who is still thankful he didn't go down to the planet.
Oh, I would have killed you, because I know you're not going to be coming back for a year, so you would have
Alright.
just died. Should
I
have killed
figured that,
Stephen
but
Prince,
as
but I'm just too nice of a guy.
And as soon as Lassa went, I was like,
Steve.
nah, needs to stay on the ship.
We'll
now.
talk all about how much of a nice guy I am in the debrief episode. Until next time, I don't know what campaign's coming up next, so just, like, be good to each other.